Vidura College, Grade 3 General Knowledge, a glimpse of our past. Hello, my dear children. I warmly welcome you all to another interesting lesson in GK. I am going to teach you about a few interesting places in Sri Lanka. Today we are going to learn about Anuradhapura and Polonnaruwa. My dear students, we as Sri Lankans hold a very proud history which is 2500 years old. The ancient buildings and stupas show the world our rich culture and civilization. Now I am going to teach you two most important ancient cities in Sri Lanka. Hope you all are ready. As you can see, we are now going to discuss about Anuradhapura. My beautiful children, Anuradhapura happens to be the most oldest city of Sri Lanka. Anuradhapura was the capital city of Sri Lanka a long time ago, and this was in the period of King Pandukabaya. But now we all know that the current capital of our country is Sri Jayawardhanapura Kotte. Now we are going to discuss some interesting places in Anuradhapura. This beautiful Dagaba or stupa that you can see here is the Tupa Ramaya. A unique feature that you can notice here are the 30 odd stone pillars out of 176 pillars that used to stand around the Dagaba can still be seen. There was also a Vatadage which held the stupa within it many years ago. This was also the first stupa which was built in our country. Do you have any guesses as to who might have built this famed stupa? Let me help you. It was built by King Devanampiyathissa, enshrining Buddha's collarbone. An interesting fact is that there had been a roof built over this Dagaba many years ago. This beautiful stupa that you are seeing now is called Ruwanvälisaya. It has quite an interesting story behind it. This stupa is one of the most attractive places that one would never miss visiting in Anuradhapura. Ruwanvälisaya was also called Swarnamali Chetiya or Mahastupa. And my darling children, this is the third largest stupa in Sri Lanka. This is surrounded by the Tisa River, which is an enormous reservoir. This stupa, as you can see, was built in the shape of a bubble floating in water, and it's 300 feet high and was built by King Dutugamunu. Dear children, here you can see the Jayashree Mahabodhi or sacred bow tree, which is another famed and sacred site in Anuradhapura. Tourists and guests who visit Anuradhapura never miss visiting here. Okay, let's learn more about the Jayashree Mahabodhi. It is known that our Lord Buddha attained enlightenment under the Jayashree Mahabodhi at Buddha Gaya in India. During the time of King Devanampiyathissa, the daughter nun Therani Sangamita of King Asoka in India brought a branch from the right-hand side of the said sacred bow tree from India to Sri Lanka. Jayashree Mahabodhi is considered as one of the oldest surviving historical trees in the world. This unique stupa you can see here is the Jetavana Stupa, which was built by another great king in our amazing history, King Mahasen. This amazing stupa was considered as the world's tallest stupa and the tallest structure in the world back then. And it's considered as the largest stupa in the whole world, which has the height of 400 feet. The compound of this enormous stupa is 800 acres. This really depicts the amazing talents of our ancestors in the past. Now, my dear children, take a little bit of time and do this activity to recall what we have learned about Anuradhapura. Let's check our answers now. The picture depicted by the letter A is Ruwanvali Saya. The place depicted by letter B is Jetavanaramaya. The place shown by letter C is Stuparamaya. And finally, shown in D is the Jayashri Mahabodhi. I hope all your answers are correct. Okay. My dear children, now we are going to learn about Polonnaruwa, another amazing ancient city in our country. Polonnaruwa city was once considered as the capital of our country, and this ancient city is declared as one of the world's heritage sites. Polonnaruwa is also known as the second ancient kingdom of our country, and afterwards this city had been made the capital of Sri Lanka by King Vijayabahu I. Let's look into more interesting places we can visit in Polonnaruwa. My dear children, as you can see in these pictures, this place is one of the most famous, attractive sites in Polonnaruwa, known as the Galviharaya. It is basically a Buddhist temple. There are 4 enormous statues of Lord Buddha carved out of rocks in 4 different positions. One standing up, one in a reclined position, and 2 others in a seated position. Next, we have another beautiful site here. This is called Nisankalata Mandapaya. Can you guess how this got its name, children? This was built by King Nisankamalla and the site was named after him. If you go here, children, don't miss to take a closer look at these beautiful stone pillars which are like beautiful lotus buds jutting out from water. Dear students, here you can see the Lankatilaka temple in Polonnaruwa. This is an image house of Lord Buddha built by King Parakramabahu. The Buddha statue in here is also completely made out of clay bricks and it is 18 meters in height. You can see 2 massive pillars made from bricks at the entrance of this site. Now that we have learned about these interesting places, I hope the next time you go on a trip to any of these cities that you will definitely pay a visit to these sites that we just learned. Now, my dear children, take a few minutes and do this activity to reflect on what we have studied. Name the king who selected Anuradhapura as the capital of Sri Lanka. Who brought Jayashri Mahabodhi to Sri Lanka? Mention 3 places of interest one could visit in Polonnaruwa. Who built the Lankatilaka temple? Okay, my dear children, now let's discuss the answers for the above questions that you just did. The answer for the first question, name the king who selected Anuradhapura as the capital of Sri Lanka, is King Pandukabaya. Next one, who brought Jayashri Mahabodhi to Sri Lanka? The correct answer is Therani Sangamitta. Next question, 3 places of interest one could visit in Polonnaruwa are Galviharaya, Nisankalata Mandapaya, Lankatilaka temple. Moving on to the last question. The answer for the last question, who built the Lankatilaka temple, is King Parakramabahu. I guess now all of your answers are correct. That brings us to the end of this lesson. Goodbye, my beautiful children. Let's meet soon with another interesting lesson. Take care and stay safe.